Hey, I heard you're a medical student who wants to go to Greece. You want to work with refugees, do meaningful work, work in a flexible environment in which you don't have much resources and understand how humanitarian aid works. Not bad. Or maybe you just want to go and visit the islands and eat gyros with people lah. Also works. Anyways, nice to meet you. My name's Ethan. I am of this time recording this video, a final year medical student studying in NUS Yonglun School of Medicine. And I went to Greece, in particular Athens, last June and worked with Medical Volunteers International as a medical assistant. So let's talk about it. Today, we'll be talking about a few things. Starting with, what is the program like? Why you would consider signing up for it? Who I think this program is for? And if you're still listening on, how to sign up for the program. Plus some recommendations right at the end. Okay, so let's start with what this program is. This is a program with Medical Volunteers International. This is a group that provides medical care for vulnerable individuals in Europe. Now, most of their care is targeted towards individuals who are on the move, so refugees. And basically, they are a humanitarian organization. What I got to do is help out in their day-to-day proceedings. Medical Volunteers International, or MVI, since it's a mouthful, has a clinic that's in the heart of Athens. Clinic handles mainly primary care consults, and that means that you are kind of like a GP to anyone who needs it. And it is situated very nicely in a spot in Athens that's right in the refugee zone. As such, you serve refugees that have made their way out of the camp and gone into the city of Athens itself, right? So my job as a medical assistant really varies depending on who I'm working with and what the needs of the clinic are. As an assistant, as the name implies, I am tagged to a doctor, and as such, I assist the doctor in what they need. So what this looks like is if they have admin work that I need to do, I will be the one scribing for them. I'll be helping them to get medications. But also, if my doctor feels that they have the opportunity and the space for me to do something like a physical exam or take history from a patient, they'll gladly let me do it. Typically, what we would do is split 50-50. My doctor will do about 50% of the work, so that is take history, and then I will do the physical exam, or vice versa. Sometimes the doctors will think that it's quite a chill consult, and then I'll do most of it. So that means to do the whole consult, and then they pitch in as needed, which was a fantastic learning experience. Not only do you help out in the main clinic, but you also help out in their satellite clinics. In particular, MVI Athens now has a clinic in Ritsona, which is right outside a camp of the refugees. So you get to serve the refugees as they come out of the camps, as well as opportunities to work in other primary care facilities while you are there. Okay, so you're probably thinking, wow, a lot of refugees in Athens. Damn, what's going on? And if you thought that, good, because I didn't know anything about the situation before coming in. So, this is not just a medical program. And I'm saying this because this is a program that has a lot of social aspects to it. This bridges into why you would want to join this program. Not only do you, 1, get the opportunity to do primary care consults, 2, see conditions that you normally might not see at home. And personally, I saw things like very advanced clubfoot because it was not fixed at a young age. I saw things like TB, lymphadenitis, that walked into my clinic without even telling me. I saw various presentations of psychiatric illnesses from the people who had been tortured and had many bad things happen to them on their journey and get there. Point is, you see people who have diseases born out of social situations. The last reason why you would want to go on this program is to appreciate the social parts of medicine. Number one takeaway that I had from this was that we are very, very, very lucky in Singapore. We don't have to navigate the complex social situation that refugees who are put in another country that does not support them are in. And if you're looking for something where you truly get to understand how medicine can help people in a difficult circumstance. This is a pretty good program. And I'll say the last thing is also communication skills that I learned there. This program requires you to speak to people or refugees who speak various different languages, and this is something that MVI knows ahead of time. So every single consult is done with the aid of a translator. The translators are extremely professional when I was there and made consults a breeze. Okay, I say a breeze, but you kind of had to get to know the translators, know their sort of vibe, and speak to them in the language that they understand, so that they can speak to the patients in the language that they understand. So I spoke about why you might want to go for the program, right? So a few things: primary care, interesting diseases, social setups, as well as communication. As I mentioned, this is primary care. So most of my days were spent in a clinic, right? Like a GP setting. And most of the times, you don't see interesting things. You see a lot of back pain, you see a lot of headache, you see a bunch of people with diabetes and high blood pressure that you just manage, right? There isn't so much weird and wonderful that's out there, even though it is. And it's not so medically heavy because consults are slow because of the social aspects, as well as the translation barrier that takes place. Most of the people there don't really know how to speak to a doctor like a doctor. They come to you for everything, for groceries, for work and whatnot, and then you're like, oh, sorry, I'm not the right guy for you to speak to. As such, if you want a very medically heavy program, which is very resource and teaching intensive, then this is not the one for you. This is more for exposure, and unfortunately it will not do much to help you in MBBS. Take it back, the social skills is pretty important. Okay. And if you're still listening on, then let's talk about who should go on this program. If you're adventurous, if you're open to the idea of working with foreign doctors, mainly from the UK and Germany, if you are looking for an experience that helps you understand and really feel for people in difficult situations, I'd say go for this program. And if you're still listening on, awesome. Let's talk about some living things while we're at it. So, when I was in the program, we lived in a dorm. Okay, not really a dorm, more of a flat that the organization owns. You pay 10 euros a night, which is purely a nominal fee. If you stay for more than a month, it's absolutely free. And you stay with the other volunteers. It's nothing crazy honestly. It's like an apartment, then I stay with two other guys. You wash your own bed sheets, you wash the toilet, you wipe your own, right? Everything is entirely up to you. There's no program fee here. Food is not provided for. Washing is not provided for, even though they have a washing machine. And everything you kind of manage on your own. Yeah. Apart from that, the neighborhood that we lived in was safe. I was about to say very safe, but it was safe. I did not feel unsafe throughout the program. Greece itself was safe as well. There wasn't so much crime that was blatantly obvious. I would go out late at night with my friends and we would go for parties and we would feel okay. If you're still listening on, let's talk about how. How would you sign up for this program? So the first thing is to check out MBI's page and send them an email. Unfortunately, slots are limited, especially for medical students, because there aren't many medical assistants that can be posted here at one time. You will have to give them some letters of good standing as well as your transcript, but apart from that, it's a pretty seamless experience. And so, if you want something adventurous, something that really helps you understand social situations and humanitarian aid, I say that this program is a pretty awesome one, because it's built in a way that is really providing very much needed aid for people in such a difficult circumstance, which is being a refugee in Athens. And also it's a lot of fun, so we can talk about that now, which is my my recommendations. So one thing that's really great is that you're in Athens. It's an awesome city, to be honest with you. Food is great. You have gyros, it's cheap. I think I paid about maybe 10 euros a meal, which is 15 Sing dollars, and on the weekends you do get to go around. The program doesn't work you to the bone, even though you do sometimes have to be in the city itself to handle some admin matters if you are appointed that role. On the weekends, I got off to places like islands in Greece with the ferry system. I was able to take day trips out of it, and it is just a blast to be in such a beautiful city. So it has pretty much everything that I would ask for in a program. It's meaningful, it's a fantastic learning experience, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. So if you're open to the idea, sign up. I hope to see you there.